Okay, I call the meeting to order of the Drainage District Board of Directors. I have a roll call starting with Commissioner from Precinct 1.
David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Joe Flores, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
We have 3 of the 4 commissioners present that constitutes a quorum. I call the meeting to order. Please join us for a prayer.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge. Let us pray. Father God, again, we give you thanks for another day that you've given us, Lord. Thank you for the opportunity you give us to come serve, Lord. We continue to pray for our leadership, Lord. Continue to pray for our county judge and our 4 commissioners that you've appointed, Lord, to lead this great county of ours, Lord. Continue to provide them your wisdom, Lord, as they continue to make decisions that affect us all, Lord. And more importantly, give them your peace through your Son, Jesus, Lord, as they make those decisions. I just continue to ask for your wisdom for myself, Lord, for all our workers at the Drainage District, at the county, and all the leaderships of this great county, Lord. May we just continue to act through your direction, Lord. I ask all this in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Anybody sign up for open?
Yes, sir, Judge. We do have one participant under the Drainage District. I will ask the audience to please respect the speaker's time at the podium. There is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute. Our presenter is Olivia Zarate.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Olivia Zarate. Soy miembro de la Unión del Pueblo Entero y Comité de Eduardo Socho. Hoy vine para compartirles sobre un estudio que desarrollamos con impacto humano, donde investigaron los efectos de la ley SB4. Este estudio se enfocó sobre cómo le afecta el SB4 a familias y con más enfoque a los niños. Psicológicamente, se descubrió que cuando niños se preocupan sobre si sus padres están deportados, sufren de lo que se les llama estrés tóxico, que los hace empeorar en la escuela y en sus estudios. Queremos que ustedes tomen tiempo para leer el estudio para que juntos podamos combatir a leyes racistas y antiinmigrantes como SB4. Muchas gracias.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Olivia Zarate, and I am a member of La Unión del Pueblo Entero and the Eduardo's 8 Committee. Today, I am here to share with you regarding a study that we developed with Human Impact, where the effects of the law SB4 were studied. This study focuses on how SB4 affects families, especially children, psychologically. It was discovered that when children are worried whether or not their parents are going to be deported, they suffer from what is called toxic stress, which affects their studies and their schoolwork. We would like for you to take time to read this study so that together we can fight those racist laws and anti-immigration laws such as SB4. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Judge, that's our only participant.
Okay, that concludes the open forum. We'll go into regular agenda items. Approval of consent agendas. Any commissioner want to pull any of those items out for a separate discussion? Hearing none, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move for approval.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. May I proceed? General Operation Matters, 5A. Item 1, discussion possible action to approve criteria for dedication of facilities for Dallas County Drainage District number 1. We have consulted with legal and developed a criteria for dedication of a building. Did some research, my staff did, and based on the established criteria of other public entities as well, must be a deceased associated with the county or drainage district for at least 20 years, provide leadership for projects that enhance the quality of life in the community, provide many hours of volunteer service, and known for his or her contribution for the betterment of the community. So it's As I mentioned, our staff did the research on that and worked with legal, and we're of the opinion that this is something that can be established by the board, so recommend approval.
Move for approval.
Second. Anyone to discuss this? All those in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 8.2, discussion possible action dedicate the new Dow County Drainage District Number 1 administrative offices. The idea of dedicating a building, obviously after an individual that has met the criteria, the recommendation from our office is to dedicate our new administration building, which, as you know, we're going to have our ribbon cutting next week. It has been under construction, and we are occupying it already. We want to dedicate it to Mr. Oscar L. Garza, Jr., a former commissioner, public servant, and board member of this county. So because of his, his dedication to the county, not only just in general service, but also his focus on drainage in our county. After Dolly, he was very much, not that he wasn't before, but very much in tune to creating certain opportunities for the county to do a lot of in-house work, both design and construction, which freed up funding for additional projects, and we're able to implement drainage projects thereafter. So we feel fitting, because of his ties and because of his dedication, that we recommend that. So
Move for approval.
Second.
Well, I knew Commissioner Garza, and I think it's a very good recommendation. Thank you. Anyone want to say anything? All those,
He was a man.
thank you.
all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations to his family.
Thank you. And then item 3 would be discussion possible action to approve the resolution on dedication of the new Dow County Drainage District Number 1 administrative office. If I may, I'd like to read it for the record.
Please.
Thank you. A resolution in honor of Oscar L. Garza Jr. for dedication of service to Dow County Drainage District Number 1. Whereas Oscar L. Garza Jr. is being honored for his exceptional work and dedication as a Dow County Drainage District Number 1 board member, and whereas Mr. Garza was born in Edinburgh to Oscar Garza and Yolanda Garza and devoted his life to making his community an even better place in which to live, he began a career over 20 years in public service as a bailiff for Dow County Court at Law Number 3 in 1981. Was elected in 1985 as Justice of the Peace, Precinct 4, Place 2 for Dow County, and served for 6 years. And whereas in 1998 he returned to elected office as a Dow County Precinct 4 Commissioner and a Dow County Drainage District 1 Board member. Over the course of 12-year tenure in that post, he demonstrated exceptional leadership in flood response, recovery, and mitigation by spearheading the implementation of an in-house design and construction of infrastructure and drainage improvements projects that allowed funding to directly impact more areas throughout Precinct 4 and the entire county. Whereas Big O, as he preferred to be called, instilled in his family the importance of giving back to the community, and devoted family man for over 35 years, Mr. Garza enjoyed the love and companionship of his high school sweetheart and wife, Imelda Bazan Garza. They have 2 children, Brenda and Jaime, and Oscar, Princey Sarah, 2 granddaughters, Savannah and Chloe, and 1 grandson, Julian Joe. And whereas the residents of Hidalgo County lost an admirable civic leader when former Commissioner L. Garza Jr. passed away on January 18, 2014, at the age of 57. And whereas Oscar L. Garza Jr. possessed a strength of character and generosity of spirit that won him the admiration of many, he is deeply missed by all those whose lives were enriched by his dedication to service, passion for work, his warmth, humor, and fun-loving personality. Now therefore be it resolved that Dow County Drainage District 1 Board of Directors hereby dedicates the Dow County Drainage District 1 Administration Building located at 902 North Doolittle Road in Edinburgh to pay tribute to the memory of Oscar L. Garza Jr. and his notable record of service to the people of Dow County.
Move for approval.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
We
Anyone
do
here
have-
from the
We
family?
do have Imelda here and Brenda. I don't think Little O could make it, but he's in Austin.
Working session. Hi, I know most all of you. Oscar that was his baby, the drainage project. I don't think anyone ever went to our home where he didn't, here, let me tell you something. He'd pull out the map, roll it out on the table, start from point A to all the way to the end. And He was really, really proud of it. This is a true legacy to his public service. I appreciate it, as my family does also. And I'm sure that I only wish he knew the impact he made on people. And his service was appreciated. And thank you, I appreciate the honor.
I just want to say thank you again on behalf of the Garza family, to all of the board and to the Drainage District and everyone in the community who supported him. This is overwhelming and really exciting, and we're so excited to have a standing legacy for him. Thank you again.
Thank you again.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Great to see you. Thank you, Judge.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Okay. Tell us what to do.
You gotta stand on the road.
Okay, got it.
We got it marked for you.
Maybe look skinny, as my husband would say.
Right.
3, 2, 1. One more. Thank you.
Yeah, let's get one if you don't mind. I'll get over here.
Yes.
3, 2, 1 more. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Judge, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And just for, again, just a reminder, I mentioned it, next week we will have our ribbon cutting for our building at 2 p.m. So, if I may, I'll go to item B, approval of Dow County Drainage District 1 sick leave pool policy and forms. It's our standard, we're following the standard established by the county. We do have our in-house HR, and it's not a full-blown HR, but it is. We do our own employee orientation, things of that nature. So we're establishing a sick pool so we can have that availability as well as at the district, and we're requesting approval. It is attached, and we have worked with my understanding for the HR for the county to have that established.
So move. Second.
Those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item C, Drainage District General Operations, requesting authority to advertise and approve a request for a qualifications packet including qualification requirements and scope of services as attached here to for a Dow County Drainage District 1 expansion of professional engineering service pool 2019 RFQ number 8 CDD 1 19-030-0320 for selection of firms for project on an as-needed basis through grading, scoring, ranking, negotiation protocol as established by Dow County Drainage District 1 Board of Directors.
So move. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item D, requesting approval to issue termination notice as provided in Article 14 of the agreement with Rod Robertson's Enterprises, Inc. for the auctioneering and storage service contract number HCDD 1-17-003-0206 due to vendor not able to provide services.
So move. Second.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 2, requesting authority to advertise and approve a procurement packet, i.e. legal notice of specifications, draft contract, et cetera, as attached here too for Dow County District 1 auctioneer and storage services. Thank you.
Second. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item E, requesting approval to rescind action taken by the board October 30th, regular agenda item 67379 in relation to approval of supplemental agreement number 1 for on-call professional engineering services with BZ Engineering.
So move. Second.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item F, requesting exemption from implemented requirements, Texas Local Government Code 262.024A4, professional engineering services.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 2, presentation and scoring grid for 2 sets of firms graded through the district's pre-qualified professional engineering service pool for the purpose of ranking by the Board of Directors in connection with on-call professional construction material testing services required for Dow County Engineering 1 projects on an as-needed basis. First set is Millennium Engineers Group, a score of 96.33. Second, Robert Kishner, 95.67, and PSI at 93.67. And then the second set is B to Z Engineering, 96.33, PSI, 93.67, Robert Kishner, 95.67, with board wish rank as stated.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 3, pursuant to the board's approval, requesting authority for the Dow County Engineering 1 to negotiate professional engineering service agreement with each of the number 1 ranked firms presented. Set 1 will be Millennium Engineers Group, Inc., and set 2 will be B to Z Engineering LLC for the provisions of on-call professional construction material testing service for Dow
So
County
moved.
Engineering 1.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
This one. On item G, we'll take no action. We're still working with the county to get their item on the agenda. So, item H, requesting review and approval to pay claims, requesting the following invoice 1770948 dated 10/25/18 in the amount of $380 for Magic Valley Concrete.
Move for approval.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item I, approval of the following personnel at Create Engineering Tech 4, grade 12, step 4, at a salary of $52,266.
So moved. Second.
Now, what is this?
This is an engineering tech position that does preparation of plans, or in this case, we're looking at a GIS to help some of our GIS operation, but we produce a lot of work.
Internally
Oh,
for
yes,
you.
sir, it's internal, yes, sir.
We have a motion to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 2, approval of the budget amendment required for personnel action in the amount of $72,987.58.
Move for approval.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 3, approval of revised salary schedule.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item J, approval of the following personnel actions. This is just to clean up some items, delete M&O position number slot 006, M&O 06 slot 147, hydraulics water engineer, with the budget salary of $52,872.99, and create position 006 147 engineering training EIT $52,872.99. Delete also position 148 engineering training at $52,872.99, and create engineering training EIT at $52,872.99. It's just
So moved. Second.
no impact.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item K, requesting authority to advertise and approve RFP procurement packet A requirements, legal notice, draft requirements, et cetera, as attached here too for title company services pool on an as-needed basis, including the re-advertisement is required.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Requesting authority to advertise and approve for RFQ for right-of-way acquisition professional pool.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 6A, requesting exception to competitive requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262.024A4, professional engineering services.
So moved.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 2, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by the Board of Directors of firms graded and evaluated through the district's pool of engineering firms for the division of professional engineering service for Mid-Valley Airport 2018 bond referendum project number 19. LNG Consulting Engineers, Inc., DPA LNG Engineering, score 98. Haven Associates, score 9667. Mellon and Hunt, score 9333.
Move for approval.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Pursuant to the board approval, request authority for Dow County District Number 1 to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement with the number 1 ranked firm of LNG Consulting Engineers, Inc., DBA LNG Engineering.
Move for approval.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item B, requesting executive competitive bidding requirements, Texas Local Government Code 262.024A4 for professional engineering services.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 2, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by the Board of Directors and the firms graded and evaluated to the district's approved pool of engineers, firms for the provision of professional engineering service. 4, Anacuitas 2018 Bond Referendum Project 8, LNG Consulting Engineers, Inc., DBA Engineering in 98, TESDA Infrastructure Group 9367, R. Gutierrez Engineering Corp. 9167. The board wishes to rank as stated.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Pursuant to the board approval requesting authority for the Alcock Generation Number 1 to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement with number 1 ranked firm of LNG Consulting Engineers, Inc., DBA LNG Engineering for the provision of professional engineering service and Anacuitas 2018 Bond Referendum Project 8.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 7, approval to issue payment of the following items, proceeding review and compliance with contract terms and conditions. Applicant's payment number 8B106108 in the amount of $228,497.17 for Buller Construction, Inc., pertaining to construction contract number ACD 1-18-002-0522.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item B, acceptance of certificate of substantial completion and certificate of completion from Venture Contractors LLC pertaining to construction contract number ACD 1-18-03-0206 Alamo Lateral and Cesar Chavez Drain Phase 2 improvements.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
B2, application for payment number 8 in the final amount of $35,100.05 from Venture Contractors LLC pertaining to construction contract number.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 3, application for payment number 9, retaining release in the amount of $61,227.45 from
So
Venture
moved.
Contractors.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item C, requesting review and approval of the pay claims on the following items. Invoice, if I can hold these all collectively, I can read them for the
Please,
record. They're
please.
small amounts, but we need to clear them. Invoice number 88674-4, dated 10/12/2018, amount of $253.98 from Lewis Electric Motors. Invoice number 76194A2, 12/21/2018, date 8/24/48. Invoice number 761973, dated 20/26/2018, for $1,732.16 from Upper Valley Materials. Invoice number 762004, dated 12/27/18, in the amount of $1694 with 60 cents, $1,694.16, Upper Valley Materials. Invoice number 1646744-001, dated 12/18/18, amount $3,106.45 from United Rentals. We're asking approval of the items. They all have been reviewed by my staff. Everything's in order for them.
Move
So
for
moved.
approval on 7C1 to 5.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item D, requesting review and approval of payment claim on the following items. Invoice 7794, dated 1/25/19, 584.55.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Budget amendment, request approval, budget amendment to carry over December 31st, 2018 available budgets into 2019 district capital projects.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
We do not have any executive items.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Order, may I have a roll call, starting with Commissioner of Precinct 1? I have a roll call, starting with Precinct 1.
David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Joe Flores, precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, precinct 4.
Let the record show that all commissioners are present, therefore we have a quorum. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Lord, please inspire us today with the qualities of good leadership. Give insight to make wise decisions, integrity to face the truth, courage to make difficult choices, and compassion for the needs of others. Please make us a model of justice and honor to the world, and let us not forget that our job is to serve both you and the others. Amen.
We have several county court of law judges that are here for an item, so I'd like to move that item first so they can go back to their courts. I'd like to discuss item 6C.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. You can all join me. Item 6C is consideration and approval of a resolution for the creation of 2 Hidalgo County Courts at Law, numbers 9 and numbers 10. And joining us are some of our county courts at law judges.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. On behalf of my colleagues, we're all in trial, so only Judge Arnold and I were able to attend because we're also in trial, but we took a little recess to come in and join you and push for this item. On behalf of my colleagues, we're all pushing forward for the 2 additional county courts. As you can see, the OCA has given you figures in the past, and we still need those 2 additional courts to help us out because we really are overwhelmed with all the caseload that we have. It was mentioned that the work and whatnot. I myself try to have at least 2 jury trials per week. Sometimes we even have 3 trials, 2 jury trials and a bench trial, plus our regular docket, which is overwhelming. And all of the colleagues are doing the same thing, and we're just pushing for it. But you know, the more we push, the more cases come in, and we need help on that.
It's kind of like the harder we work, the behinder we get. I saw some statistics about a month ago. Hidalgo County population in 1990 was about 450,000. 1990, 450,000. Today, we're estimated to be in the vicinity of 1.4 million. Unfortunately, with the growth of the population comes the growth of the incidence of crime. So not only that, but we get more family cases, we get more of everything. We're underserved in Hidalgo County, Commissioners. We're overloaded. We work hard, we try to move the docket, but as it stands, I am not proud to say that each one of us, each of our county courts has a backlog of over 2,000 cases. We try to keep up with it, but they keep coming in. And we've discussed it. The only alternative we see is get some more courts. We've got a lot more people now. We need some courts. So.
And we realize that space and money is part of the issues that need to be considered. So we're hoping that they get approved and then delay on the actual bringing them in as much as possible. So hopefully it gets closer to the time frame that the new courthouse will be ready so that we have the space and gives us time to implement the funding that is needed or required for that.
Yeah.
But we do need those courts to be created, and without a resolution, they never will be able to get those done.
And we had figured approaching the commission with the idea of get them created now, have them open up in 2022 so that when the elections occur, whoever gets elected judge will have a new home to sit in. It takes into account that the courthouse will be built. It gives the county an opportunity to start budgeting for the financing for the creation, and it's going to end up giving us some needed help.
Just a couple of comments. Right now, the way the courthouse is designed, it's not taking into account 2 new courts. Now, it has the room to grow because that's what we're trying to do is build capacity. It is a $1.2 million decision for us, an annual decision, and I just like to look at stuff with numbers and with spreadsheets. I don't doubt that the cases have increased, but I mean there's nothing attached to the item, and I'd like to see where we were, where we're at, where we're going, so that we can make these expensive decisions that may be necessary. I'm not doubting that they're necessary, but for us, it's $1.2 million a year. It's having to house them in a courthouse that is being set up to shell out courtrooms, but it's not set up to build those two courthouses yet. And we're trying to get to the finish line on what we're currently building. Those are my concerns. I'm not saying that we can't look at it in this session. I mean, because obviously we need a plan ahead. But I mean, I would like to see something. I don't have anything to look at. And I'm not comfortable making any decision without looking at numbers. I'm a numbers guy. I want to look at numbers.
Understandable. And we can get that information. Off the top of my head, I can compare Hidalgo County to El Paso County. Population is maybe 40,000 different, but the number of cases filed, the number of, it's all very similar. They outnumber Hidalgo County by 4 county courts. They have 4 county courts more than we do.
Judge, it's going to be beyond today's meeting to give the specifications. You asked me to consider the 2 new courts, a group of the judges. I put it on the agenda to start the dialogue and discussion. Obviously, information is lacking for them to make the decision, but at least the debate started. The way the process works is that the House starts a bill, the Senate starts a bill, mostly they both get out, and once they both get out, then go into conference, and then one bill goes over there. It's a long process. It only happens every 2 years. So time was of the essence. The resolution is basically to say that we support that thing. I'm here to do what the commissioners want to do. But if we were to approve this resolution only says that we would like for them to continue the process. As the process is going through Austin, and as we get all the information, as you decide what you want to do, whether we have the finances, we have the facilities, or whatever, that process we can say, you know what, stop it. We can stop it. But if we were to wait another month to get all this information and decide and then to start the process again, then we're going to miss out on this biannual. So this is really maybe not the best way to approach it, but because we are in a situation right now in Austin, it's a start. But by you approving this resolution, you really haven't done anything yet. Because we can say stop the House bill, stop the Senate bill anytime we want to.
And I can respect that, Judge. I just want to put the comment out there that we're going to make this decision based on numbers and growth and all of that. I don't want to say by approving the resolution that we're committing ourselves 2 years, 4 years, 8 years down the line. It's going to be based on numbers and the workload you guys are having. If all of a sudden your court case is double in size, then I mean, it's going to make sense for us to make the decision to add those 2 courts. I just wanted to make sure I set the groundwork that I'm not going to prove something even down the line until I see the justification for it. But I can get behind this resolution, knowing that down the road that we're going to have to look at statistics
and that's what
and
we're
costs.
asking. We're asking for a resolution to be approved, and then later on
fill in the blanks.
Because time is really of the essence, as the judge has pointed out.
So what's the pleasure of the commissioner?
Is that a no action on that one?
Look, like I said, I'm comfortable approving the resolution. I just want to make sure that that nobody comes back to us and said, hey, well, you approve the resolution, then you approve the courts. That's not what we're doing here today. We can approve the resolution, and down the road, we'll look at numbers.
I'd like to make a motion to approve for the resolution.
I'll support it. Second.
Exactly, like you just said.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thanks for taking your time.
Judge, Commissioners, thank you very much. And I'll go back to work.
Okay, we're back to the regular agenda item and the approval of the consent agenda. Does any commissioner want to pull any of the items listed in the consent agenda out for separate discussion?
Judge, Commissioners, with permission, I do have some items to pull off from the consent agenda. With the court's permission, I want to pull consent agenda item 13A and B 1 and 2, and consent agenda item 9A.
Move to approve without those items.
We have okay, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries. You want to discuss 9A, separate denial?
Well, yes. Item 9A, consent agenda, there will be no action.
Okay.
And then for the record, item 13A and B 1 and 2, Commissioner Fuentes does abstain from any discussion and/or action. So,
That's it?
yes.
Okay.
And-
Move for approval.
And for the record, consent agenda item 14C, The contract for Edwards Abstract Title Company should be C-18-0058-06, and the contract for Sierra Title of Hidalgo County should be C-18-079-04-10.
Okay, let the record so show.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, motion carries. Item 5A. Your Honor?
Item 5A is an introduction by Judge Mario Ramirez of the new Director, Chief Juvenile Probation Officer, Mary Ann Denner, for the Juvenile Justice Center. Judge?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Judge, thank you for putting us first on the agenda. Heck, I would have called the county court of law first, too. They make more money than the district judges for the county. At any rate, as you all know, Buddy Silva recently retired after being with the Department, Juvenile Probation Department, for 40 years. And the Juvenile Board, of which you're a member, Judge, I don't know if you knew that or not,
Yes,
but
yes,
you are
I
a
am.
member of that.
I love having meetings, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome, Judge. After a lengthy search and really a heart-rending search, we looked and we had 59 different applicants for the position. We narrowed it down to 5, interviewed 5 people, and we came up with Ms. Joanne.
You call me that.
Mary Ann Denner. I'm sorry. Ms. Denner is a native of the Valley. She moved to Houston and has been involved for many, many years with the Juvenile Probation Department in Houston. Very, very well qualified, and we're looking forward to having her serve as your Chief Probation Officer. And I'd like to introduce her, Ms. Mary Ann Denner.
Thank you. I'm really honored to be back in the Valley, and as part of the interview process, I told them that juvenile probation is going to be very transparent, very open to the public. It's going to be a new face, and the community, I'm encouraging the community to become involved with our department. If I can be of help to anyone, I expect a phone call. Well, I didn't know if they could hear me back. My back is to people. I worked in a prison. I don't like my back to people. I'm like, okay, what are these people going to do to me back here, you know? Okay, anybody runs this way, let me know. I just don't like my back to people. I feel like I'm ignoring them back there, and they're important too. But I just wanted to also get an idea of the people I have to come ask for money from too. So now I know you like numbers, and I know you want this and you want that. You will get numbers. As he mentioned, the other judge mentioned, I'm already seeing where the Valley needs help in juvenile probation. Girls programs, boys programs, and the 90-bed facility for this area is small. Harris County, I left a facility, we had a 250-bed, and we were housing 300. So that is one thing that we need to be looking into with our department. But again, I appreciate this, and I can tell you right now, juvenile probation is going to be make a name for itself here in Hidalgo County. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Judge, how are you, sir?
It's like a glamour shot. We can't be that close to you.
Congratulations again.
Welcome. Judge. Todos los tres. In that order.
No hay nada. We are.
Okay, it's our pleasure also to go into item number 6A.
Good morning again. Julia Sullivan with Public Affairs, presenting for County Judge Richard F. Cortez. You all are welcome to stand to my right, please. Item 6A is consideration and approval of a resolution honoring the 80th anniversary of the Rio Grande Valley Livestock Show, which will be held March 7th through the 17th. Joining us are the General Manager, DJ Wernicke, the Board President, Mike Risica, and First Vice President, Lacho Garza. So thank you for joining us. The resolution reads, whereas this year marks the 80th anniversary of the Rio Grande Valley Livestock Show, which will be held March 7th through 17th in Mercedes. The Livestock Show started as a means for students to show their animals and earn prizes, and has since evolved into an arena for teaching and community involvement. And whereas the Rio Grande Livestock Show is a nonprofit educational organization with a board of directors representing all 4 southmost counties of Texas. And whereas in addition to providing a safe, fun, family-oriented community event, the Livestock Show helps promote South Texas youth through leadership development and agricultural education. Millions of dollars have been provided to FFA and 4-H exhibitors over the years, including $1.8 million raised for scholarships in 2018. And whereas more than 300,000 people attended last year's show, which was an increase of over 50,000 people from the previous year. And whereas after a successful pilot program in 2018, this year's show will feature events for over 1,600 special needs students from 18 school districts. And whereas the show's success relies on a 17-member board of directors and 6 led by President Mike Risica, 6 honorary advisory directors, 11 staff members led by General Manager DJ Wernicke, and 650 volunteers. Now therefore be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby honors the Rio Grande Valley Livestock Show for 80 years of exemplary work in providing a family-friendly, fun, and educational environment for the community. Dated this 26th day of February, 2019.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Judge Cortez, Commissioners, we want to say thank you very much for this special resolution. Like she was saying, we feel this is the Valley's event. We're the largest event in the Valley for over 80 years. 300,000 people went through our gates. Last year we gave $1.8 million in scholarships and prizes back to our youth. This year we have over 1,100 youth entered. And we call this the Disney World of the Valley, and we welcome y'all to come and enjoy, and we appreciate y'all's support, what y'all do, for sure. We are now also going to let DJ say a few words, but we have some gifts off for y'all and some tickets to come and join us.
Well, thank you.
No, thank y'all so much for having us. Being the general manager of the Rio Grande Valley Livestock, it's an honor to be here, but most importantly, it's an honor for us three being born and raised here in Hidalgo County and having y'all's support. Thank you so much for what you do and what you give back to our kids. And hopefully we will be able to raise that our goal $2 million this year with y'all's help. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Thank you. Well, I don't know about the rest of the guys, but my heart was broken many times chasing the girls over there. I never caught one.
Good job, bro.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, Mike.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all's support. Thank you for being here.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for being here. Yeah, thank you. No, appreciate your support. Picture. Thank you, my friend. Take a picture. Ma'am, thank you so much. The home car.
It's good to have them that tall.
Right.
Oh, thank you so much.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
You know I'll be there. Thank you.
Pass them down.
Press them down.
Judge, Commissioners,
Yeah.
we're going to take no action on item 6B.
Okay. Item 6B has been taken off the agenda item. Next item, 7A.
DA's office.
Good morning again. Item 7A, and I'm going to ask Ms. Martinez and our distinguished district attorney, Mr. Ricardo Rodriguez Jr., to join me along with some students and other representatives. Item 7A is a proclamation declaring February 2019 as Young Hearts Matter Teen Dating Violence Prevention Month. And I'll let Rosie take it from here.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Judge. We have today Karina Garcia and Samantha Almaraz, are students of Lamar IB Academy representing their student council, and they are Young Hearts Matter teen ambassadors that have been leading this teen dating violence prevention campaign this year. So we're going to pass this over to them so they can read the proclamation.
Whereas teen dating abuse is a significant health issue, with nearly 20% of youth reporting physical or sexual violence from a dating partner, and 1 in 4 dating teens experiencing abuse or harassment online or through text messaging. And whereas nearly 1.5 million high school students nationwide experience physical abuse from a dating partner in a single year, and approximately 50% of students experience dating violence on school grounds. And whereas high school students who experience physical violence in a dating relationship are more likely to use drugs and alcohol, are more likely to engage in risky sexual behavior, more frequently develop self-esteem and body image issues, are at greater risk of suicide, and are much more likely to carry patterns of abuse into future relationships. And whereas parents, teachers, coaches, counselors, healthcare providers, clergy, elected officials, and other important role models are urged to provide young people with education about healthy relationships and relationship skills. Changing attitudes that support violence can help prevent teen dating violence.
Whereas the Hidalgo County Criminal District Attorney's Office and Lamar Academy IB encourages the citizens of Hidalgo County to observe Natural Teen Dating Violence Prevention Month, with activities and conversations about respectful and nonviolent relationships in their homes, schools, and at community events. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court does hereby proclaim February as Young Hearts Matter Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and encourages Hidalgo County residents to attend scheduled awareness and education events.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you. We just wanted to give you, again, thanks for all the support that we've received. We have been leading this campaign for 4 years already. It's a Young Hearts Matter campaign, and it's a statewide campaign that is hosted by the Texas Council on Family Violence. So just to recognize Ms. Vivian Tamez and the students of Lamar Academy IB, they attended Capitol Day this year, and they were recognized in front of the state capitol, and they were able to meet our senators and representatives to talk about the importance of programs that address teen dating violence, particularly in campuses. And so we commend their work, and they were also able to lead a march that was led up to the state capitol, and they were part of a statewide press conference with other youth from across the state. So we want to commend Ms. Vivian and all the students of Lamar for partaking in that this year. And just a little bit about what Young Hearts Matter campaign is. This campaign dedicates to educating teens on the importance of having healthy relationships. We go out to the schools every year, and just this month, dedicate the entire month of February to prevention education for students. This month, we've already been providing presentations with Lamar IB Academy, La Jolla ISD, Crime Stoppers Conference, La Jolla ISD West Academy High School, La Jolla ISD East Academy High School, Mission CISD Mission High School, Mission Idea Academy, Sherryland ISD Advanced Academy, Edinburgh CISD Vision Academy, Edinburgh CISD North High School, PSJ ISD Southwest High School, PSJ ISD Thomas Jefferson T-STEM, the Cub Scout Mission CISD Risk Management Team, and we're still scheduled to do more presentations with Veterans Memorial High School of Mission and Options Academy of Mission ISD as well, Rafael Cantu Junior High also of Mission ISD. So we're still dedicating more presentations this entire month. We are very grateful to have the support of Mr. Rodriguez because he's led this campaign for the past 4 years. And all we're trying to do is educate our kids on what abuse is, what to do if they are victims of abuse, where to go look for help, safety, and resources, and of course teach them what a healthy relationship is. So again, thank you.
Well, we're not going to have you leave until Ms. Tamez comes and speaks a little French after our DA.
Judge, Commissioners, I've been trying to get Vivian on a microphone, during this whole campaign, and we're going to do it today.
We're going to do it today.
Yes, Vivian, if you come over. Come on over. Vivian, come on up, please. I'll tell you.
A little French,
yes.
a little French.
Besides this campaign, Vivian has been so involved in so many other campaigns with the students. And, we talk so much about education. We talk about giving the kids an opportunity to, somehow, some way get a scholarship and, get as educated as they can, with the different school districts, different administrations. And it's important, but also the prevention awareness of so many things that the students go through. It's a conversation that we started about 4 years ago, and I keep saying it's a conversation that we need to keep having. And besides, today with the Young Hearts Matter, Vivian has done so many great things with the students, with the school, again, and it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of commitment, and Vivian has been able to do that. She keeps us busy, just like Rosie, our domestic violence unit, our advocates, our crime victims unit, they keep us so busy throughout the county. But, if it wasn't for you all as well as giving us that support, always, since day one, we appreciate that, because not only do the students, but every organization that's involved somehow, some way in doing prevention awareness, we recognize that, and it means something. It means something when someone has put in so much work to be able to make a difference in our community, that you all recognize that as well. So thank you very much. I must say that Ms. Garcia here, gave a strong testimony at one of our great events that we had at Lamar Academy, and she was brave, to talk about what's going on in her life. And again, that is what we're looking for, in the sense of having that conversation and be able to help individuals like Ms. Garcia and so many that could be going through a difficult situation and are afraid to come forward because they think that there's no one there to listen to them and to help them. But they know that you guys are here to listen and to help, and we are as well. I also want to thank, we have some school board members here from McAllen, Tony and Larry. Thank you for being here and all your support as always. We have some law enforcement agencies as well, and we also have some advocates, liaison advocates from the different agencies as well, and of course every advocate out there, every counselor, every teacher, everyone that has something to do with these beautiful children that are here. We have to keep having that conversation, and we will, again, with your support. So now I'm going to hand it off to Ms. Vivian here. Thank you, Ms. Thank you.
First, I'm going to
be extremely brief. It's very easy to do what I do when I have the support from my school board members and my principal. That's the big one for me. Not just that, it also helps to have kids like these. So whenever we have all of that and the support of our community, it makes all the difference in the world. And just so you know, I'm going to need you all in May again. So, you ready? Especially you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again, Judge, Commissioners. Thank you again for all your support. And, you know, we keep saying that love doesn't have to hurt. You know, so thank you again very much. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
didn't hear any French, so.
C'est pour vous seulement, monsieur.
Okay. I know that meant some good things about it.
God bless. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Come on, Farina. Get this thing organized, man.
Carolina.
Like when y'all went to prom, Rick.
I'm on the head.
I think somebody, if please don't step on this wire. Thank you. Watch it, I don't want to trip you. Is this good, Ivana? Yes. Okay. Everybody please smile.
Larry, thank you as well. Thank Congratulations.
For being here, great job.
Thank you for being here. Keep your courage.
Thank you. See you, good job.
Y'all did a great job. Y'all did a great job. Thanks for your work.
Good.
No,
You ready?
actually, I want to wait till the opening because
7B.
It says and I won't recognize it. So-
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Commissioners, Judge. Rosalinda Cantu presenting for the District Attorney's Office. Item 7B, we're asking for approval of a budget adjustment to our current BPU grant.
Move for approval. Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 7C, we're asking for approval of various actions, items 1, 2, and 3. It's approval to accept the Domestic Violence Unit grant for fiscal year 2016. in the amount of $190,232.18, effective 10/1/2018 through 9/30/2019.
Move approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
We're also asking for approval of the certification of revenues and approval of the appropriation.
So move. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 7D, we are asking for approval to apply for the Human Trafficking Unit Grant fiscal year 20, and we're asking for approval of the resolution.
So move.
Approval.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
I would like to turn the mic over to Rosie Martinez so that she could speak a little on the domestic violence and the human trafficking.
We just got awarded that JAG grant of $190,000 that has no matching requirement, and that money is going to be used to expand the domestic violence unit that we currently have, so that we're able to prosecute more domestic violence cases in those specialty divisions. And that's going to be tremendous help because now we have an entire team of prosecutors, victim advocates, admins, and everybody reviewing those domestic violence cases so that, one, we ensure victim safety at all times, and that victims have the access to protective orders, that they have access to being able to go to the domestic violence shelter if they need to, and also so that we make sure that those domestic violence cases are being reviewed for enhancements and anything other related to the prosecution process. Like I said, this funding came from the Justice Assistance Grant, and it has zero matching, so we're very grateful that the state has funded us to expand our domestic violence unit.
Congratulations.
On the human trafficking unit, we came before you, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and this is part of the same human trafficking unit. We were just asking for the creation of the positions so that we're able to post and hire.
Approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
May I move forward to item 8A?
Sure.
PIDA Task Force. We're requesting authorization to submit the fiscal year 2018 Equitable Sharing Agreement and Certification Report on behalf of the agency head, Mr. Ricardo Rodriguez, Jr., Criminal District Attorney, and the governing body head, Richard F. Cortez, Hidalgo County Judge, with authority for County Judge to sign.
So move.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Chief Herrera with the Sheriff's Office, Hidalgo County. Item 9A, requesting authorization to submit fiscal year 2018 Equitable Sharing Agreement and Certification Report on behalf of the agency head, J.E. Eddie Guerra, Hidalgo County Sheriff, and governing body head, Richard F. Cortez, Hidalgo County Judge, with authority for County Judge to sign.
So move.
Second. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
9B, acceptance and approval of payment for application and certification of payment number 3 and application and certification of payment number 4 as set forth below, as submitted by Hunt and Woodruff Construction Company, LLC, JOC, for the installation of privacy partitions, H&W job number 18-002, and improvements of Hidalgo County Sheriff's Adult Detention Facility through HC membership and partitions with Purchasing Cooperative of America contract number 3-100-14 in the amounts of invoice date 2719 H&W job 18-002-03 in the amount of $17,282.84, and number 2 dated February 17, 2019, job number 18-00204 in the amount of $11,179.46.
So move. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Judge, Commissioners, for item 10 for Constable Cantu, if I may, he's asking the appropriation of fund balance in his Chapter 59 account in the amount of $7,750.27.
So move.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item 11A.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Chief Deputy Gonzalez with Hidalgo County Precinct 3, Constable's Office. Today we have presentation and discussion of the 2018 racial profiling report as presented by the Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 3 in accordance with Article 2.133 of Texas Code of Criminal Procedures.
Move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
B, we have authorization and approval to apply for the Local Border Security Program, LBSP, for year 2019 grant with the Office of the Governor, Homeland Security Grant Division, HSGD, through E-Grants.
Go ahead and go to 2 and 3.
Authorization for the county judge to e-sign application under E-Grants as the authorized official. Approval of resolution for LBSP 19 grant, designated Judge Richard Cortez as grantee, authorized official to sign required documents. Grant period September 1st, 2019, August 31st, 2020.
Move approval on
Second.
11B 1 through
B 1
3.
and 2, 3, yeah.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And C is requesting authorization to submit for year 2018 equitable sharing agreement and certification report on behalf of the agency Larry Gallardo Jr., Constable Precinct 3, Government Body Head Richard F. Cortez, Hidalgo County Judge, with authority for Hidalgo County Judge to sign required documents.
So move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. 12A, discussion, consideration, approval to appoint David Abel Hernandez as Deputy Constable by myself, Constable Gaitan, Precinct 4, in accordance with the Texas Local Government Code 86.011.
So moved.
Approval.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
12B, authorization approval to apply for the national, which is the NIBRS grant with the Governor's Criminal Justice Division through E-Grants.
Move approval. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
B2, approval of resolution for NIBRS grant to designate County Judge Cortez as grantee's authorized official as to sign required documents.
Move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I've got, Judge.
Thank you, Constable.
Judge, Commissioners, the next action item for Constable Precinct 5, if I may, it's their presentation of their racial profiling report 2018. This is by Precinct 5 Department.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Judge, Commissioners, under item 14A, I do have an update on the ongoing county-owned building construction, relocation, renovation, or repair projects. I'm going to ask Oscar to give the court a brief update.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Mr. Getter asked me to keep it fairly quick.
Right, and Oscar, for the record, you're with?
Yes, my name is Oscar Garcia. I'm with Jacobs Program Management.
Thank you.
We're the program managers on the new courthouse project. So as we've, we can move to the next slide. We have our 50%, 100% structural GMP approved. This is kind of the progress to date. Building permit received for 100% structural. That's why we're moving forward. Early site package is nearing completion. I think we have some minor grade beams and some other utility work that still is outstanding, but the early site package portion is almost complete. We have the 100% construction documents have been submitted for review. We're going through that process right now. And the project team is performing an extensive budget review against the 100% CDs. That is ongoing as we speak. If we go to the next slide. This is the work that's going to be performed over the next year. So all the work that's been done to date has been below grade, below ground. As we start coming out of the ground, this is what you'll see coming out. You'll see shoring and the like for, if you go to the next slide. This is a kind of a current pitch. This has the The two tower cranes that we have were assembled this late last week. You actually will see the shoring and decking for floor number 2 that will be going in place probably sometime in March. And then you see the shoring in place for the parking garage above the sally port. Next slide. And these are just some of the shear walls that are going into the sally port area and some of the slab on grade. Next one. And the next one. And these are this is the Area A main elevator pit that's being poured as we speak. So we're making some great progress. The slab on grade is moving from kind of an east to west portion of it. And so as that closes up, you'll start seeing that full slab probably by the end of this month, early March. And then we're going to start going vertical from there. So looking ahead, we have, like I said, the 100% construction document design packet has been received. It's under review right now. Submittal of the 100% CDs to the City of Edinburgh for permitting has also been submitted. So Morganti did submit the 100% construction documents. The slab on grade, to begin, it's ongoing. We should be completing it, at least the first phase of it. Or the first phase of it's already been complete. The second phase of it will be completed within the next couple of weeks. Right now, we're having some discussion with TxDOT about the roundabout. I'm sure you're all aware. We're working closely with LNG and ETSI to make sure that the county's needs for the courthouse are served well, and then working with TxDOT to have the best benefit there, as well as working with the City of Edinburgh to make sure that we are in sync with what their requirements are per their Unified Development Code and their downtown master plan. We have key user group meetings that are going to be occurring with FF&E come May and June. That'll be the next phase of design as we start going down that path. And then we have a steering committee meeting scheduled for March. So within the next 60 days of construction, like we said, the tower crane installation is actually complete. That's done. We have slab on grades can be completed, site utilities completed. We have our temp power. Been working with AP to get all the temp power in place for the new building. It's temp/perm power that's coming in. We have the elevator pits and the escalator pits being completed, and then, like I said, the level 2 elevated slab will be going in probably in early March. And then, as you can see all the level 2 columns already probably in place. So, any questions? Any concerns?
I have a quick question. I know last meeting or the meeting before we talked about the retainage. We went from 10 to 5. Did we also look at because I saw it on the early packet since it's almost complete? Are we looking at or giving back the retainage on stuff that's complete? Yes. I know that was a conversation at the meeting. But was that approved, or do we need to have a discussion?
No, that was approved. So what was going to happen is essentially all that has been held to date as 10% will be returned. It'll be reset to 5%, returning that plus interest back to Morganti for distribution to their subs.
No, but remember we also had a conversation about, like for instance, on the early package, they're complete, they will be complete forever.
Sure.
Were we going to look at giving that retainage back, or will that be held till the end of the project?
Sure. So per the last meeting, one of the rules that was set forth by Mr. Hawkins and the like was a 6-month kind of, I'll say, cooling off.
Sure.
6 months post completion of that work, Morganti then would put a request back to you all to see for a release of retainage. So 6 months from completion of that work, if everybody signs off, Morganti, Jacobs, and the architect, then we would put it for you guys in front of you all so that you can decide whether or not to waive that retainage.
That's fair. Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you all.
Thank you. Item 14B, Judge Commissioners, we do have a replacement representative to the Urban Counties Policy Committee for the year 2018-2019 term. So I'm asking the court for an appointment to that policy council. Our previous representative was Commissioner Palacios. And so, Judge?
I volunteer. I have a lot to learn, so that would be a good way for me to start learning some of the stuff.
Motion to approve the judge. Is that right? Motion to approve the judge as the appointee?
Second. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
14C, I'm asking authorization for County Judge Richard F. Cortez to sign the certification by state or local official for the PHA plan's consistency with the consolidated plan for 2019 annual plan to be submitted by the Hidalgo County Housing Authority. This is required by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
So moved.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item D, my office has been working with Ms. Arce, our county auditor, Ms. Linda Fong, and so I'm asking discussion, consideration, and action on designation of individuals for the IRS 10, which is the taxpayer identification number, matching program as follows. I'm asking for the principal to be Richard F. Cortez, our county judge, the responsible official be Mr. Sergio Cruz, the budget officer, and the authorized agent would be Ms. Linda Fong, the first assistant auditor.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And just for purposes of disclosure, Ms. Linda, there's someone in your office right behind you that would be doing the actual,
Yes, our accounts payable supervisor, Elizabeth Brown, will be the actual checking of each vendor.
Elizabeth Fano. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Item E, I'm asking authorization to accept the Valley Baptist Legacy Foundation grant in the amount of $500,000. And authorization approval for Commissioner Precinct 2 as authorized official to electronically accept the grant award form and related documents.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Congratulations, man.
We're downplaying it. We're going to upplay it later.
Item F, I'm asking authorization approval to purchase wireless device data services and change existing data service plan through our county's membership participation contract ARTSO 3415 with Verizon Wireless as listed on the agenda.
So move.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Mr. Silguero?
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Raul Silguero representing the Department of Human Resources. Item 15A, first we need a waiver, requesting waiver of the budget amendment policy for personnel-related amendments for items that are listed below.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And most of the items don't have a fund impact on general fund, but just to be safe, all items will be subject to proper funding, pending proper funding, just for the record. Item 15B for Texas AgriLive, we're asking approval of the following personnel actions effective next full pay period. This is just two title changes for two extension agents. Actually, they're Texas A&M employees, but we pay them a supplement, so they're on our salary schedule. So we're just asking for those title changes to be approved.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item C for the District Attorney's Office, the Buffett McCain Institute Arizona State University grant that was approved by the court last week. This is to create the 3 positions that are funded by that grant. There's a district attorney, a criminal investigator, and a coordinator 2 is listed on the grid.
So moved.
Keep going. I mean, just go down the list.
Okay. Also for the criminal district attorney's office, domestic violence unit grant. This is a grant that was approved today by the court. They're asking to create 2 positions and related auto allowance. Item 3, also for the district attorney's office, they're asking to delete a temporary courier position and create a temporary. They're having problems getting people to apply for a temporary position, so they're going to try a permanent position. They're asking for an auto allowance for 2 district attorneys, and they're asking for a longevity slot for an attorney as listed on the grid.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 4, it's approval of the following discretionary step adjustment pursuant to section 8.03 of the classification plan for Assistant Attorney 3 as listed.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
The 464th District Court, Judge Jaime Tejerina was appointed by the governor, and he will be confirmed by the Senate sometime this week. So we're starting to fill his staffing. We need to delete the bailiff position that's there now and create the new titles that are needed for that court, which is a bailiff 2, as listed on the grid.
So move approved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item E for precinct 4, we have an exhibit. It includes, this is approval of the following personnel actions as listed on Exhibit A, effective next full pay period. This is for Precinct 4. Commissioner and I and the Budget Office have been working on our budget and our staffing patterns and realigning staff and reassignment. So the list includes, there's no budgetary impact. There's a reassignment, realignment of about 19 positions and a deletion of 5 positions.
Move for approval. Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item F is a discussion, consideration, approval to appoint Amy Martinez Nagy as a volunteer intern under the Hidalgo County Auditor's Office for the period February 26 through March 28, 2019.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. P.R. Avila with the Hidalgo County Urban County Program. For item 16A, we are requesting approval to dispose of home investment partnership program records.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Eddie Olivares, Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. Item 17A, requesting approval of the agreement between Rio Grande Valley College and the County of Hidalgo for the purpose of the agreement of the Rio Grande Valley College and Hidalgo County to provide clinical education for nursing and allied health students at a clinical facility to provide essential public health services and will serve to provide clinical support during public health exercises, emergent events, and as further described in our MOA as attached herein. And this has been reviewed by legal, and legal has approved.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item B, requesting approval to submit renewal grant application and budget for the Prevention Health and Health Services Program FY20 through FY21. The allocation for each fiscal year is $125,000 for a total of $250,000. The program period will be in effect from October 1st, 2019 to August 31st, 2020, and from FY20 and from September 1st to FY20 through August 31st, FY21.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item C, sir, is requesting approval of the memorandum of agreement between Texas Department of Health Services and Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. The purpose of the agreement is for the Texas Department of Health Services and Hidalgo County to provide clinical education and medical residents or fellows at the clinical facilities which provide essential public health services and will serve to provide clinical education for medical residents and further described in the detailed MOA, which has been reviewed by council.
Approval. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Judge, Commissioners, and remit for the adult probation, they're asking for a declaration of criminal justice division to have the Hidalgo County Youthful Offender Court established as a drug court pursuant to Texas Government Code, Chapter 121.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And on the companion would be the declaration of criminal justice division to have a county misdemeanor drug court established as a drug court pursuant to Texas Government Code, Chapter 121.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Ms. Yvonne?
Good afternoon, Judge. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Yvonne Ramon with the Elections Office. Number one is just a discussion on election updates, and I would like to hand to you all, if I can get this out, the election cycle coming up for this May 4th. If I could have someone, Castilla. I just put them out here. Well, I had them here, but let me go ahead and read to you that on May 4th will be the next election cycle, with April 4th being a very, very important date, which is the last day to register to vote in order to participate in the May 4th elections. The first day of early voting will then commence on Monday, April 22nd, will last for 9 days, end on Tuesday, April 30th, with, of course, Election Day for the May elections is on Saturday. Now, right now, we have a possibility, thank you. We have a possibility of 13 elections. There will be possibly 10 city and 3 schools, and as soon as we have positive verification, I will come back next election, next Commissioner's Court, and verify that with you all. So that's what is being passed out right now, is that calendar. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact my office. I will go on to item B, A1-69077, and this is discussion, consideration, and approval to pay out overtime hours to be worked in preparation of the May 2019 election by the Hidalgo County Elections Department permanent staff, who will work the election cycle beginning March 11th, 2019, and ending May 17th, 2019, to include the runoff beginning April 15th and ending June 21st, 2019. Now, this is in accordance with Hidalgo County Civil Service Commission rules and as per Commissioner's Court approval on agenda item A1, number 66575, which was approved on September 11th of 2018. And this approved the inclusion of cost reimbursement for overtime payroll costs incurred by the county for elections permanent employees who will work during contracted elections with entities. That's a mouthful. Do you have any questions on this?
Motion
If not, I do need approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Greetings from Head Start, Teresa Flores. Commissioner Fuentes, Commissioner Cantu, thank you for participating in our federal interviews. Really appreciate the time. Thank you. The first item that we have listed there is the appointment of one community representative by Precinct 4 Commissioner to serve as the Hidalgo County Head Start Program Policy Council for the remainder of 2018-2019. Commissioner Torres.
Yes, my appointment is Mr. Rene Torres, former educator and principal.
Motion to approve. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
The next item is discussion approval of poverty income guidelines for eligibility and priority guidelines for selection and enrollment for program year 2019-2020.
So, second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item C, discussion approval on request to purchase tires, tubes, supplies and equipment under contract 553-18 through the Hidalgo County's membership participation with Texas Association of School Boards, TASB, by boards, multiple awarded vendors for the term of the TASB contract expiring on February the 28th, 2021. Number 1, GCR Tires and Service. Number 2, Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. And number 3, Southern Tire Mart, LLC.
So move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item D, discussion approval on request to purchase office supplies and equipment, contract 576-18 through the Hidalgo County's membership participation with the Texas Association of School Boards, TASB, by boards awarded vendors for the term of the TASB contract expiring on November the 30th, 2021 for Gateway Printing and Office Supply Incorporated, Gulf Coast Paper Company, and Staples Contract and Commercial Incorporated.
Move for approval. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
The fourth one, letter E, I'm sorry. It's discussion approval on request to purchase custodial services, supplies and equipment under contract 569-18 through the Hidalgo County's membership participation with the Texas Association of School Boards, TASB, by boards, multiple awarded vendors for the term of the TASB contract expiring on September the 30th, 2021 for the following: Ecolab Incorporated, Gulf Coast Paper Company, Matera Paper Company, Real Paper and Supply, LLC.
Move approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
F, discussion approval on request to purchase instructional materials and classroom teaching supplies and equipment, contract 573-18 to the Hidalgo County's membership participation with the Texas Association of School Boards, TASB by boards, multiple awarded vendors for the term of the TASB contract expiring October 31st, 2021. And the following vendors are listed: Alamo Classroom Solutions, Fun and Function, Kaplan Early Learning Company, Positive Promotions, Barnes & Noble's Booksellers, Gateway Printing and Office Supply, Lakeshore Learning Materials, School Health Corporation, Discount School Supply, Hatch Incorporated, National Education Systems Incorporated, and School Specialty.
Move for approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Letter G is discussion and consideration and action authorizing the submittal of the cost of living adjustment COLA application for budget year January the 1st, 2019 to, excuse me, December the 31st, 2019. We were informed that we had received, that we would be receiving upon applying for and getting approval for a cost of living adjustment of 1.27. The total amount for the COLA was $476,368, and we were able to extend it to all employees, of course, across the board to make it a 2.0. And so we are submitting an application for that. This would allow us to have some funds left over. The COLA would be at an amount of $376,264. The net balance would be $100,104. And this amount of money we would like to use for the relocation of a modular building from San Juan 2 Center area to Edinburgh 4 Center area on Richardson Road in the coming months. We have 60 children that are in Edinburgh 1, and Edinburgh 1 is a housing complex known as Albores, which is going to be really demolished, and so we need to find a location for these particular classrooms. So we are wanting to use these funds to be able to relocate that building that we have for 2 classrooms. When we look at the totals, it's a $119,092 of non-federal match that we would have to provide, which is 20%. The total application will be for $595,460. And the information related to the COLA is attached because it does move the salaries by that percentage, 2%.
And Ms. Teresa, just for the record, because just for the record, there was a question as to why the COLA now as opposed to when the county does its budget process. Can you explain why the COLA is just now, given the fact that you're on a different cycle?
Yes. Our funding goes from January the 1st to December the 31st, but our COLA is usually approved at a different time than the county. This year it's early. Usually it comes in like late in the year, and it's retroactive.
But you have no control over when that occurs?
No, that is, we got the information. If you look at the letter submitted, it gives us a deadline of March the 1st to submit the application.
Thank
So
you.
we have no control over the time frame.
Thank you.
Yes.
Move
Any
for approval.
questions? Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Yes, an announcement. We have our self-assessment, which is an activity that we do every year. You're invited to participate in it. We have teams going out to the centers next week. Then we have spring break, and then coming back, we have a nutrition contest. And again, you're invited to participate at all our centers, starting on the 19th. Any questions? Those are activities for the month of March. We're right now recruiting full force all week and looking for the children that will be serving next year. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, Linda Fong for the Auditor's Office. Item 21A, Agenda Item 68991. I'll take both 1 and 2. Approval of certification of revenues as certified by the County Auditor for various textile projects, and approval of the 2018 appropriation of funds for various textile projects in the total amount of $9,079,407.61.
Approval. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Jorge Garcia with the Planning Department. Item 22A for preliminary approval, it's Las Gardenias subdivision, precinct 4. It's a 3 single-family lot and 1 multifamily and 1 commercial lot subdivision. It lies within the city of Edinburgh, ETJ. Sewer will be provided by on-site sewage facility, and water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply.
Move for approval. Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 22B, Eduardo's number 3 subdivision, lies in precinct 3. It's a 38 single-family lot subdivision, lies in the city of Mission, ETJ. Water will be provided by Sugarland Water Supply Corporation, and sewer will be provided by City of Mission.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 22-2 for final approval, Thompson Acre subdivision, lies in precinct 1. It's a 1 single-family lot subdivision. Has gotten approval by the City of Westlake for their ETJ. Water will be provided by City of Westlake and sewer by on-site sewage facility.
Move for approval.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
2B RE Ranch subdivision, lies in precinct 1. It's a 6-lot, single-family lot subdivision. Water will be provided by Military Highway Water Supply Corporation, and sewer will be by on-site sewage facilities.
Move for approval.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 2C, Carmen Avila Phase 1 subdivision, lies in precinct 4. It's a 98 single-family lot subdivision and a 10 commercial lot subdivision. ETJ, City of Edinburgh. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation. Sewer will be provided by City of Edinburgh.
Move for approval. Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 3, final approval with a variance request and financial guarantee. Vista Bonita subdivision number 17, lies in precinct 4, lies within the City of Edinburgh, ETJ. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation. Sewer will be provided by City of Edinburgh. The final approval with the cash deposit in the amount of $134,000 have been submitted to the City of Edinburgh to cover the final drainage improvements in the sewer lift station. And, the variance request is for Title B, Chapter 3.5E, Section 13 on the setbacks to reduce the front setback from 25 to 20 and rear setback 15 to 10.
We had a motion and a second already. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Judge Commissioners. Item 23A, requesting approval of amendment number 1 to the interlocal cooperation agreement with the City of Hidalgo, approved on February 27, 2018, to amend the city and county jurisdiction lines for the Precinct 2 Las Milpas Road Extension Project.
Move for approval. Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 23B, discussion and possible action to execute the LPA Standard Utility Agreement for the Precinct 2 Dicker Road Project with Lone Star Pipeline LLC.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 23C, requesting approval to submit a request for inspection pursuant to Architectural Barriers Administrative Rule 68.52 to Robert V. Buck and Associates LLC, DBA The Buck Group, Registered Accessibility Specialist, designated by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation in order to permit the processing of a TDLR inspection of the countywide mechanic shop, with authority for the county judge to sign the request for inspection form.
Approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 23D, receipt, review, and approval of the amended closing document for the purchase of a tract of land known as Lot C3 Alianza Business Park for the Precinct 2 Indoor Baseball Park Project, with authority for the county judge and/or executive officer to sign closing documents.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 24A, good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Number 1, requesting approval and order granting an exemption form competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 262, Section 024A7, an item that can be only obtained from only one source. That should read from only one source in connection from providing service floodlights at 17,912 Sabino Palm Drive, which is our Katrina Park.
Move approval. Second.
And number two,
Go ahead.
approval of sole source declaration with the authority to enter a contribution and aid construction agreement with AEP Texas Central Company in the amount of $3,767.17 for the installation of 3 poles and 5 1,000 megahertz floodlights at Katrina Park.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay. The motion, as I understand it, is item 24A, 1 and 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Good afternoon. Belinda Reyes with Precinct 4. Request permission for approval of 25A, requesting acceptance and approval of purchase of plaque for employee recognition for years of service with Hidalgo County Precinct 4 for Mr. Manuel Carranza and community recognition of Mr. Mel Robinson.
Move approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Afternoon, Judge, Commissioners, City of Cruz, Department of Budget and Management. Item 26A, 1 and 2 is approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor and appropriation of those funds in the amount of $30,000 for the regional solid waste grant.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 26B1 is approval to correct the slot number for the Program Manager 1 from slot 49 to slot 50. And this is an item previously approved by court on January 15, 2019.
What about A2?
I requested approval of 26A1 and 2.
Yes.
For the record, the record reflectors A1 and 2 for the previous motion.
Okay.
Are you going to read B1 and 2? I approve B1 and 2.
It'll be B1, and if you want B2 as well, it'll be approval to revise the salary schedule in accordance with the classification and compensation pay plan as per Exhibit A, which is attached to the agenda.
Motion approved. B1 and 2. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 26C1 is requesting approval to appropriate $9,875.60 into the third call Border Colonia for Fund 1312.
For approval. Approval. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 26C2, A and B, is approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor and appropriation of those funds to fund capital lease expenditures for various departments.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And item 26C, 2C is approval of various 2018 intra-departmental transfers to fund capital lease expenditures for various departments.
So moved. Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Martha Salazar, Purchasing Department. 27A1 is acceptance of the final executed AIA contract with Reich Ogden Figueroa Alex Architects for the Services Facility and Justice Center.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
B1, acceptance and approval of work authorization 1 with the estimated cost as posted from the on-call contract with LNG Engineers to provide geotechnical engineering services for the old jail parking lot project.
For approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
C1, Precinct 1, first is exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262-024A4, a professional service.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Next is presentation of the scoring grid for the purposes of ranking of the firms for the solar light project located in Precinct 1. I need to make an oral correction on the scores, and we do have supporting documentation. We'll confirm there was a transposition error. International Consulting Engineers, the score is 93. Fulcrum Construction, unchanged at 94. Strata Engineering and Consulting at 96. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of their scores?
So move approval.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? motion carries.
Item C is authority for purchasing to commence negotiations with the number one ranked firm of Strada Engineering and Consulting for a final engineering services contract for solar light project for Precinct 1.
So move approval.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
On item 2, I'm deferring to Mr. Guerra.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 2 is requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under the Texas Local Government Code, Section 2620248, professional service.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And for the purpose of ranking, the presentation of the scoring grid of the firms graded and evaluated through the county's approved pool, professional appraisal service, and review of providers required for a project-specific fair market value appraisal of Donna Shorter Park located within precinct number 1. They are as follows: Appraisal House, 97, Professional Appraisal Service, Inc., 94, and Leonel Garza Jr. Associates, LLC, 95. Does the court wish to rank them in that order?
Move approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And item C is authority for the purchase department, excluding the department director, to commence to negotiate a professional service agreement with the number one ranked provider, which is Appraisal House, for the purpose of a project-specific fair market value appraisal of Donna Shorter Park located in Hidalgo Precinct 1. With the department director excluded, we would go to the assistant department director,
And the
I would
staff.
provide, and staff, and I would provide guidance.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 3 is acceptance and approval of the final AIA form of agreement between Hidalgo County and Erickson Construction for the construction manager at risk for Hidalgo County Precinct 1's tax office, including authority for the project manager to send a notice to proceed.
Move for approval. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item B is pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 271060D, and in the interest of expediting the naming of David Suarez to execute change orders that are less than $50,000 and with the agreement of the contractor, but in no event to go decrease by more than 18%.
Approval. Second.
Now, why is this necessary? What
It
is-
expedites the process, Judge. You can designate someone to sign change orders that are less than 50,000 and not decrease, and in agreement by the contractor. And this will facilitate, instead of bringing all those to court every time.
Okay, thanks for the explanation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 4 is requesting approval of the final negotiated services agreement with LNG as it relates to professional engineering services for Precincts 1 FM 88 and north of State Highway 107, approved for negotiations back on December the 12th.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And pursuant to Hidalgo County Commissioners Court approval of professional services agreement with LNG Engineers, requesting approval of first work authorization one in the amount of $1,047,363 as it relates to professional engineering services for the FM 88 from quarter mile north of State Highway 107 and then north of FM 1925 project.
Move approval. Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
C is pursuant to the approval of agreement with LNG and invoking Article 14, LNG is requesting to permit the subcontracting of ergonomic transportation solutions to provide traffic signal services for the Precinct 1 project just discussed.
Move approval. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 5 is pursuant to Texas Constitution, Article 3, Section 52, approval of a public purpose declaration for the purchase of plaques for employees' recognition for Hidalgo County Precinct 1.
Move approval.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And requesting approval of interlocal cooperation agreement by and between Hidalgo County and Precinct 1 and the following school districts: Progreso, Weslaco, Mercedes, Donna, PSJA, Monte Alto, Ed Couch, Elsa, and La Villa. The county and the districts desire to enter into this mutual agreement to serve its public purposes in providing up-to-date public education and awareness information, emergency events, and resources provided by the county, and to serve and to serve the parties' objectives in improving the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of both county and districts.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
7A, acceptance and approval of the interlocal agreement between County of Hidalgo and the City of Elsa, FM 88 corridor from quarter miles north of State Highway 107 and north to FM 1925.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
All right, and for item B, let me read the caption. It should be modified to include, in accordance with the section 791.014 of the Texas Government Code, requesting approval of the proposed project regarding certain road improvements, FM 88 from quarter mile north of State Highway 5th Avenue, north to FM 1925.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Item 8, requesting exemption from competitive bidding, Texas Local Government Code 262-024A4, a professional service.
So move.
Approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
B, I'm going to be presenting the Group 1, and there's got Group 2 of the scoring grids for the purposes of ranking by Commissioners Court, and this is required for multiple on-call surveying services located in Precinct 1. First group is ROW Surveying Services 97, RODS Surveying Incorporated 93, and Half Associates at 94. Does the court wish to rank them in the order of their scores?
Move for approval.
Second.
Are they all local? All three are local?
Yes.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
The second group is Quintanilla Headley and Associates, 97, LJA Surveying, 94, and R.E. Garcia and Associates, 93. Does the court wish to rank those in the order of their scores?
Move for approval.
Second.
Same question, they're all local?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
C, authority for purchasing to commence negotiations with the number one ranked firms for both the first and second groups for the purposes of on-call professional surveying services agreements for Precinct 1, that being ROW Surveying on the first group and Quintanilla Headley and Associates on the second group.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Next is Precinct 2, acceptance and approval to execute the final agreement for professional surveying services for on-call, on an on-call basis, road and bridge, CIP, and projects in general. Precinct 2 is Quintanilla Headley and Associates.
Move for approval.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Next one is acceptance and approval of the executed final agreement for professional appraisal services on on-call basis with Leonel Garza and Associates.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Item 3 is acceptance and approval to execute the final agreement of professional engineering services for on-call, road and bridge with Cruz Hogan Consultants.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Item 4, acceptance and approval to execute final agreement for professional appraisal services on on-call basis with professional appraisal services for Precinct 2.
So move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Item 5 is requesting approval of supplemental agreement 2 with B2Z for the contract under 194, and this is resulting in an increase of $8,525.60, excuse me, for Las Milpas Park Youth Facility.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? I thought that was a different name for that. Was it?
It'll change eventually.
Okay.
We don't want to confuse the auditor.
Okay, the next one is actually should be 6. There was an error. E1 is also for Precinct 2, not Precinct 3. Acceptance and approval to execute the final agreement for professional engineering services on call basis, road and bridge, etc., with Quintanilla, Headley, and Associates.
Move for approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item F1, Health and Human Services Department. The action is to rescind only item 4 of the bid tab for the original award of multiple contracts under 68-546 on 212. And the only item is number 4, FIFAFM LUV awarded to Univar, erroneously placed on the bid for the chemical FIFAFON EW. So we're removing it from Univar and we're awarding it to another vendor.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
And B is correcting it, approval to award item 4, FIFAFON ULV, to the next lowest bidder, meeting specifications, Adapco, at the price of $59, and also approving the 2 new corrected agreements which reflect these corrections.
So move.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item G1 is presentation of the response received from the sole responsible vendor submitting a qualifying proposal, meeting all the requirements for the purpose of award and approval of contract document, and that is to, I'm missing the page. I'm missing a page, excuse me. It's with Dr. Pina.
Motion to approve G1.
So, second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
I need to get the page. Mr. Carey, could you please read them out? I'm sorry, I'm missing a page for some reason.
So G2 is presentation of sealed quotes received for the purpose of award and approval of the contract to the responsible vendor submitting the lowest and best quote while meeting all specifications and the requirements as attached here too, but in no event to exceed the statutory bid threshold of $50,000 for Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office radiological diagnostic and related mobile services for incarcerated inmates. That would be 2019-2025-01-0225-HGO.
Approval. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
You found it?
The next one, number 3, is requesting approval of second amendment drafted by the DA Civil Section for further clarification of services, including rates, terms, and conditions, and that's for 1-year extension of physician services for inmates with Dr. Ivan Melendez.
Move for approval.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 4 is exemption from competitive bidding requirements under 262-024A7A, an item that can be obtained only from one source.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Approval of sole source declaration for Spillman Technologies in connection with a software module for compliance with the new FBI summary reporting system of the uniform crime reporting, including the purchase of the National Incident Based Reporting System, you've heard of that before, NIBRS software module, in the amount of $81,879, which will be an additional component to all the existing software.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Marty, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Remember that contract that was awarded to the precincts, all countywide, from Laredo nonprofit, Guardrail?
The nonprofit.
Guardrail.
The what?
Guardrail.
Yes.
I know, I understand precinct 1 needs a lot of it, right?
Yes, sir.
And I need some, and we haven't.
And we have finalized everything we know with the lady who is in charge. If you want, I will give you an update.
Well,
If
get
not this
a hold
afternoon.
of Commissioner Fuentes, because he needs it more than I do,
Right.
and then we can work. from there.
No, I'll get to it first thing in the morning for you.
Thank you.
Judge, Commissioners, we do have 3 participants under open forum. I'll remind the audience to please respect the speaker's time at the podium. There's a 3-minute time limit, and I will advise when there's 1 minute. First speaker is Ms. Fern McClarity.
Good afternoon. I did see that you tabled 6B. I had several calls about this. It's why does Hidalgo County need a criminal court? And it says, has the county talked to the JPs about this? Did you get any input from anyone in the county? We don't understand why this was put up all of a sudden. And one of my callers said, is this a friend, family, or a loved one for this position? So obviously, I'm not the only one that thinks this way. So I'm hoping that y'all will double check on why you need this, talk to the JPs and the different ones that are involved in this. Second off, today in open forum for the drainage, again, I'm not sure, but I believe that we're not supposed to talk in drainage department unless it has to do with drainage, and then if anything else in the county. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I have to stay here till this late afternoon so I'm able to talk to you when y'all allow others to speak and get to leave right off the bat. Third thing, I'm getting phone calls about people that are on call 24/7 taking vehicles home, that have a vehicle to take home, and they are driving these vehicles, some of them are unmarked, to political offices, whether it be city or school districts or whatever, but they're taking these cars home because they're on 24/7. I'm sorry, if they live nearby where their elected office is, then they need to drive their vehicle, take a cab. I don't care how they get there, but why are they allowed to drive and use our gas, our insurance, our cars, and everything? And if my thing is, if the person that works 24/7 for the county, then if they have to have that car, then my thing is they shouldn't be able to run for office if they have to take our vehicles there. This is absolutely wrong. So we would like y'all to check into that. It just looks bad when you see a Hidalgo County vehicle over at Hidalgo County, the city of Hidalgo, or at Elsa, we know personally. So would you check on this? Because it's not right that our money, our insurance, our gas, and everything goes for their political. And I understand they're going grocery shopping also. Thank you.
We have GPS on them?
I have GPS on the countywide departments that I oversee. There are some elected offices that have vehicles that.
Don't have GPS.
Well, I'd have to check, but they're not necessarily all GPS.
We can discuss items?
Yeah,
It's between us.
Okay.
Well, it should not be discussed.
Not with
It's
them.
on the agenda.
We can discuss it.
So, next presenter is Carla Casanos. Carla Casanos. Last presenter is Betty Saldivar. Betty Saldivar. Judge, Commissioners, we do have executive session.
Okay, pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, Section 551.071 and 551.072 and 551.074, we need to go in there to discuss various items. May I have a motion?
So moved.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Okay, we're back from closed session. Do we have any action items to consider?
Yes, sir, we do. Apologize, let me give me 1 second. Under open session 31A, real estate acquisition, there's no action to be taken today. 31B, pending and or potential litigation, there's no action to be taken today. 31C, claim of Agustin Olmedo Moreno, Judge Commissioners, I'd like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount of $150.
Move for approval?
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Item 31D, claim of Burciago Iracheta. Judge Commissioners, I would like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount of $15,189.52.
Approve.
Second?
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
Item 31E, claim of Ruben Rangel. Judge Commissioner, I'd like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount, a total offer in the amount of $666.03.
Approval.
Second?
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item F, 31F, Patricia Love and Celeste Rodriguez versus County. There's no action to be taken today. Item 31G, cause number C5528-17-C, Anthony Hernandez versus Hidalgo County and Benito Salinas. Judge, Commissioners, I would like for Commissioner support to entertain a motion and an acceptance settlement, compromise settlement agreement on this case in the amount of $70,000.
Move approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carried.
I didn't participate in that discussion, so I'm going to abstain.
Oh, okay, right, on the Anthony Hernandez.
Let
Okay.
the record show that Commissioner Fuentes abstained.
Item 31H, Gregorio Trevino Jr. et al. Versus Hidalgo County et al. Judge Commissioners, I'd like for Commissioners Court to entertain partial settlement of Gregorio Trevino Jr. et al. Versus Hidalgo County et al. Mr. Leach is still here.
The amount discussed in executive session?
As discussed in
And we'll bring the settlement agreement back for
Yes.
approval.
Thank you.
Move approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
And also for the record, I abstain.
Yes. 31I, Miguel A. Valdez versus the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office et al. Judge Commissioners, for the record, this is being assigned and will be taken care, or will be represented by Ms. Josephine Ramirez, the DA Civil Division. Just for the record, we could just have a motion.
Move approval.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item 31J, discussion and or deliberation regarding appointment and or employment of Hidalgo County Director of IT. There's no action to be taken today.
Or you want to proceed as directed?
Well, I'll proceed as directed, but there's, no action today.
Okay, I believe that concludes all our agenda items. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.